This tree came down in the storm last night. It's a really old one. By comparison, most of the trees here are pretty small. But it's blocking the road right now. So here's the fence on the other side. The drainway is full. It's going to the diversion ditch. We're at max capacity, and we're going inside to this submarine. So it's done raining, and this is the amount of overflow coming in still from the surge of rain. That's all overflow. This is not where it's supposed to be coming in. It's supposed to come down and on past the driveway. This is the amount of flow with no rain coming in. So I wanted to make a correction. I mentioned that the overflow was supposed to continue on by and go down the driveway, but that's not fully accurate. This is where some of the water has always come, but it's gotten worse in recent years, but I'll show you where the overflow is actually supposed to go. So there's the drain pipe where a lot of the water comes in. There's a large basin for the water to fill up in, but it's still too small for the calculation of water that comes in. Crossing pipe goes under the driveway, and then there's a spill ditch on the upside of the house, and I'll get in the ditch and show you what that looks like. So a lot of work has been done on the other side of the fence here. This is mostly rock. That's just large rock embedded right below the surface, and there's just a channel that's almost like a rectangle or a box shape. And then to shore up the sides of the wall, rocks have just been placed. And then every now and again we'll try to dig, chip out some of the rock and pile it up, so that's not such a vertical surface. If it's slanted like a typical man-made channel that you would see diverting water, less erosion. It's just a better shape for the water to flow through and not cause so much erosion. But it looks a lot different when all the vegetation is growing in here, but in the winter all this dies back and it's very easy to see, so maybe I'll do some more filming in the future. Here's a view from a different vantage point just so you can get a better understanding. Lots of rock just right below the surface, and then the just gravel and sand and silt get deposited in these little low spots. But all in all, the water flows through here pretty easily, and it flows on past where the house is. So that stops the destructive nature of any major flooding events from damaging the house. The upper basin is holding a little bit of water, and that's without shaping the rocks or doing any work to it so far, so I'm happy about that. This is working pretty well. I need to shore up this spillway, smooth this out, and have a level surface for more water to come and have a sheet flow, so it doesn't end up eroding if there's more water than what it is right now. Here we are on the next morning. You can see all the water is infiltrated. There's no standing water, which is what I like to see. I'm not going to have problems with mosquitoes, and everything's functioning properly. I just need to do some work right here and experiment and see what's going to work best. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Little micro changes up here, but nothing too drastic. So this area, however, I did a lot of work when I carved this really small bowl or pocket pond out. I took a lot of time to stamp out the bottom and really compact the clay so that it would hold water longer. And it's just uphill from this other spillway and where we just were. So this area is not compacted, and I will work on getting vegetation growing here so it stays uncompacted. Those roots will help break up the soil. They'll also push that water further down. But this keeping this kind of wild. You can see I'm doing a little bit of mowing, not too much, and then it looks really out there and wild, but there's a lot of beneficial medicines and different things. I even have some grapes I intend to grow all the way over here. But you can see just by doing the extra work of compacting the clay, if you want the water to stay longer. So I knew I would have the water staying a little bit longer, and I wanted to mitigate the risk of mosquitoes. So what I did was I put woody debris, so just limbs and things like that, and smaller rocks at the very bottom, and then I had these flat rocks. I made sure to lay them erratically, so there were a lot of different air pockets and holes. So there are just a ton of insects right here. I can walk from the house to this area in the evening, and it is just buzzing with light. It is very loud. You can hear all the insects really enjoying it here.